Hi everyone, this is What's New in Canva. I am Leslie Charles from Muskegon Valley Educational Service Center. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the bit.ly web address where you can get this entire presentation. You can download it. Has lots of information, has step-by-step directions. So if you're someone like me that likes to kind of accumulate some of these things so that you can refer back to them later to remind yourself of how to do something, please check that out and it will give you the step-by-step directions. My name is Leslie Charles. I work at Muskegon Valley Educational Service Center in Zanesville, Ohio, and I am a digital integration coordinator. I've been a digital integration coordinator since 2002. Have done all things technology for quite some time, but I also used to be a teacher in the classroom, and I still love working with educators and kids and talking about ways to integrate technology into daily instruction. I'm also a remote edX instructional technology coach. I work with a great group of other technology coaches from around other ESCs, and we work collaboratively so that we can reach out to educators in schools. We can work with teams of teachers or individual teachers and help them integrate different aspects of technology into their instruction in order to make teaching come alive for their students. This session is part, or could be part, of a course that you may be taking. All the information is contained on this slide. It is a graduate course. However, if you were going to do this for graduate credit, you had to have signed up by Friday, January 27th, 2023. It is available through Muskegon University, and you could earn up to 1 semester of graduate credit. However, if you did not get in on that option, you are still able to receive contact hours. You will need to contact us and join our Google Classroom with the Google Join code that is listed on this slide, and you can earn contact hours so that you can use them with your LPDC and earn hours for credit renewal. So normally, if this was conducted in a session that was live, I would ask those who are present to rate their knowledge of Canva and how they use it in their daily instruction. Obviously, this is a recorded session, so we're going to go ahead and move on. But you might want to stop and think about, if it has been a while since you've been in Canva, there are so many new cool features, and I'm going to highlight those today. So the goals for my session today are pretty simple. I'm going to give you some new features of Canva and give you a few tips and tricks. And as I said earlier, I made sure to include all of my directions on my screen so that you can go back at a later time and just remind yourself of some of those things that I talked about during this session. So here are some recent Canva updates, tips, and tricks, and then we're going to start with some fun things that have to do with removing video backgrounds. Now, Canva has had for a little while the ability to remove backgrounds from pictures. Well, they've used the same kind of AI technology, and they are now using it to remove backgrounds from videos. And this is a really cool feature that's still in beta, and it will of course improve over time. They're collecting data on this, but it is a great way to do some amazing things in your classroom. Everything from creating GIFs and animations. You can create reels for your social media, and there's also a great way to achieve a green screen type idea for you to use with maybe your classrooms, your digital classrooms, or some fun projects for your kids. So lots of good things. And this is the first thing we're going to kind of talk about. I'm going to jump out to Canva in just a second to show you just how to use this. So here are the step-by-step directions for this. I just copied this from their actual website, but this will give you kind of an overview of removing those video backgrounds with step-by-step directions. It gives you everything from, kind of a little warning there about how the original length of the video must be less than 90 seconds in order to do this. However, I believe that as they continue to work on this, these types of limitations will probably go away, but really cool feature that makes it kind of a one-stop shop. You don't have to go in and out of multiple programs to achieve something that is pretty cool that you can use with your students. Okay, so here we are in the Canva, just in the basic settings here, and I pulled up just a blank template, nothing on here, and I'm going to show you how to remove a background of a video. So I'm going to go to my Uploads tab that's over on the left hand side, and I am going to upload a video from my computer, and it's nothing great, it's just a video that I use as an example of something, so you can see how it is, how to take out these backgrounds when you are working with this particular feature. So I'm going to go to upload my files. I'm going to find that file on my computer, which it says example right here, and I'm going to open it and I'm going to upload it. So it's thinking about it. You can see the bar over here. Once this is full, it will be ready for me to use. So I am going to take this video, and what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the background from it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pop this video over onto my screen so that you can see it. So I'm just going to grab it. I'm just going to click it. It's going to come up over here on my page or onto my document. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to take out this video background out of this particular video. So I'm going to add, as long as I have the object selected, you can see that I've got these little handlebars around it. That means it's selected. I'm going to take out this background. So I'm going to go up here to the top. I'm going to hit Edit Video. And when I do that, it's going to pop open this left hand sidebar where it says right at the top, Tools, Background Remover. So if this works correctly, it's going to take out those, that trees and that little bit of background. I don't know what it's going to do with this, but we're going to see what happens. You can see here clearly that this is in beta, but it usually works pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead, it's selected. I can tell that because I have my handlebars around it. And I'm going to go over here to it says Background Remover, and I'm going to click that. And when I do, you're going to see that it begins to circle around. You know that it's working. Over here, you can also see kind of the, that timeline. It has 1% of it is being removed. So it's thinking it's going to take just a few minutes. Now, this one is a little bit longer. It's like it was 25 seconds or something. But when it is finished, you're going to see a preview of what it will look like without the background in it. Now, it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good for a free program. So once it is finished spinning here and I get to my maximum, you'll see a check mark over here on the left-hand side. It's ready to be viewed. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click the Start button, and we're going to see what it looks like. Now, you can kind of see up here around the handle of this particular water bottle, you can still see a little bit of a shadow, but it works pretty well. There were multiple things that it had to think about and had to remove. So this is a super cool feature that you can use, and then like always, you can manipulate it. I can take it here, I can resize it, make it bigger, make it smaller, whatever, but pretty cool feature that is a free feature in Canva. So pretty cool way to do that. Now, if I decided I didn't like that, I could always go up here and I could go ahead and hit the undo button. And if I did that, it would go back and take it back to my normal video. So a pretty cool option within Canva and this. Okay, so the next option that is new in Canva is something called the PDF editor. Now, this idea of editing PDFs is something that, you could go out and look for some programs on the internet that actually enable you to edit PDF documents. But I will tell you, in my opinion, the ones that I have used in the past really are, kind of not as user-friendly, number one, and sometimes it doesn't sync really well with all of the different options that are on a PDF. And usually there are lines, there are objects, there are actual pictures, and a lot of times a translation from the PDF to an editable document isn't something that works really well. And that's because a PDF really isn't made. It's specific to be used across a lot of different, devices, and it's something that's easily open. But really, it is to prevent people from making changes to it. So that's kind of the purpose of creating a PDF. But in Canva, sometimes if you're like me, you make multiple PDFs and you are wanting to use these at a different time, and you can't find the actual original document that you used to create it, and now you're going to have to retype everything. Well, that's not the case anymore. In Canva, there is a PDF editor that is pretty slick and works pretty well. So what you're going to do is you're going to upload your uneditable PDF directly from the home page. Canva is going to work a little magic like it does normally and turn it into a completely editable design. So this is really good news for those of us who need to use something that we created earlier, or maybe something from our team within our organization or our school, and we need to recreate this into something or maybe change some things on it. Everything becomes an object that can be changed, including colors. You can change images, you can change text. All of that becomes something that is able to be edited. You could also get this option to add 2 different PDFs. So if you had 2 different PDF documents and you wanted to create them into one larger, maybe 2-page document, you can combine them using the thumbnail view. And you can also use existing PDFs that you have and change them into other types of presentations that you can use across different social media platforms and create social media designs. So what you're going to do, this is kind of an GIF where it shows you the process, and I'm going to kind of watch the screen here. So basically what you do is you jump out to the home page, you upload your PDF, and then every single thing becomes something that can be edited. So you can see there that they're changing images. You can actually even sign your documents, and then you can share them or download them. So you've taken something that was uneditable before and now created something that you can actually edit. So I'm also going to jump out and show you how to do this from the Canva homepage and show you how slick this is. Is new. Okay, so here I am at the Canva, the homepage, just canva.com, the main area. And I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side, and you can see in the corner it says upload. So we're going to just start there. We're going to go ahead and hit the upload. And then you get this box that actually, that asks you to either drag and drop files into this location, or I'm just going to simply choose my files. So I'm going to click choose files. I'm going to find on my computer, and I put one in here called Canva example. That is a PDF document. You can see it there. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to open it up. okay? Now, Canva's gonna take a few minutes over here, and then you can see that it's working its magic. Here is my document that I just uploaded, okay? So I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna show you how it converted everything into something that can be edited. So let's take a look at this. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to kind of just mouse over, and you can see how every single little piece of my PDF is now something that can be edited. Everything from text to images. You can kind of see these images that I'm rolling over, even the clip art. So let's say I wanted to change this little video camera, this old style video camera, into something different. If I click on it, now I have the option of removing it or adding something new. So I'm gonna click on it just to show you. I have the little handlebars around it. I'm gonna go to my Elements tab, and I'm gonna go to the search box, and I'm just gonna search for video camera. Okay, so I'm gonna type that in, and look, Canva has found all kinds of different video cameras. So let's say that I'm gonna go here where it says see all, and maybe I'm going to take, and I wanna swap out this one with something different. So let's just choose this one. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna click it to add it. Let me remove this one. If I click on it, I can hit remove. I could have actually went through and actually drug it over onto that video camera to make that change, but I just went ahead and clicked it. This is larger. I'm gonna make it smaller. And I also don't like the way that it's kind of pointing to the outside of the document. So I'm gonna go up here to the top, and one of my options is to flip it. I wanna flip it horizontally. And now I've swapped out that other video camera with this new one. And you can see there that it is on there, and I can edit, move it, whatever it might be. Now, let's say I wanted to change the text. So I can go up here and click on this, and I can highlight it and change whatever I want. So you can see that. I changed the text. I can even come over here and click on this. I can make this text bigger. I can change the font, whatever. So this is a really cool feature that you can use right in Canva. Let's say I wanted to change this color of these blue, and I want to change this to something else. I can go up here and edit it, and maybe I want to change something out or even just remove it. I can do it simply. You can delete that image, and you can kind of see that. So everything, I don't know why I'd want to do that, but obviously you can kind of pick and choose what you need to do. And then, just like always, you can go up here to your share, and you can download it again as a different PDF. So really cool feature of how you can take something that was not able to be edited before, and now you have all these different options of ways to create and make something, update it, or even completely change it without having to start over from the very beginning. So really cool feature in the new Canva features, something that makes. Okay, so we are to the number 3 thing that I want to share. Now, Shapes feature has always been something that is available in Canva, but they have created some new options within the shape features. They've added some additional shapes. Obviously everything is edible, but again, it's something they've added. I want to show you just a few things so that you can use these features to enhance the things that you are already doing. So I'm going to stop here for just a second. I'm going to jump out to the shape features so that you can see how to use these and how to manipulate them. So here I am. I pulled up a blank document that had a few things in it so that I could show you just how to use this and how to manipulate and add things to enhance your documents. So again, I'm not sure how much of this you can see, but if you go over to the left-hand side and click on the Elements tab, this is the Elements toolbar that you're going to have available to you to use. And you can see that you can just search in here for different types of things, but they've also kind of given you some categories that are kind of pre-made so that you can go through and add some things rather quickly if you weren't quite as familiar with all of the different options that you have. So from the Elements tab, I'm going to go over here and you can see there's some different things that you can do. So let's pretend that I wanted to make this rectangle around this thing over here, these words over here. So if I go to my search tab over here, I'm going to go to Shapes and Lines, and I'm going to click that, and I'm going to look for a shape. So over here I've clicked and I've made this shape. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag it to where I want it, and I'm going to resize it. And now you can see that this shape is around here, but you're like, oh, that's not quite the same. No, it isn't quite the same. So one thing, my shape is green. Let's say I wanted to change this to be a different color, or maybe I don't want any color at all. If I click on it, again, the idea is to get those handlebars around it. I can change the color. If I go up here to the top to the color, and maybe I want it to be orange instead of green. Pretty easy to manipulate. Now, let's say I don't want any color at all. I want this to be just a blank rectangular with no color. I can go over here to the document colors and I can say none. Okay, so now I've changed that rectangle to have nothing, okay? Now, it still has the rectangle around it, but if you notice, when I click off of it, you don't see anything. Why is that? Well, the line itself is not a color. So if I click on it again, I can go back up here to the border styles, and you can see right now we're at the border weight where it has nothing. Maybe I want to make it just a solid color. Okay, I've made it just black. Okay, well, if I click on it, you can see that this is black. Now maybe I want to change that color to something new. If I click on it, I can come up here to the color, select it, and maybe I want to make it the same color as this. So I can change it and make this color the same. So simple way to use a shape. If I wanted to say, maybe I wanted to make a line similar to this over here on this side. Well, if I click on it, I can change the square underline style. That was actually just a rectangle. You can see it's much thinner now. I can click on it. Maybe I don't want it to be that color. Maybe I want it to be a solid color. I want it black. I can click on it and you can see all of those different things. Now, maybe I wanted to just take and put one of these lines under here. Let's say I want to choose this arrow. If I click on it, maybe I'm making a timeline. I click on it. I can add that. I can change this, and you can see how quickly you can create some designs and edit those designs in the shape feature. Maybe I want it to be a dotted arrow line, or maybe I want to change the color and I want that to be purple. So all kinds of different options within the shape features that are there. Maybe I want to go back and I want to find these circles or whatever. I've changed it, I've added, clicked. I'm going to change the color maybe to gray. You can see how easy that is. Now, one of the other features that is pretty new is you can see that I've got, you know, my shape here, but maybe I want to add some text. If I double click on it, you'll notice that I have my cursor, and now I can begin adding text right in there. That was something that was not an option before. So lots of good stuff with new shape features, able to change the colors, the weights, the lines, and make them work for the document that you are using. So pretty cool features, some new stuff, and obviously have all the old features as well. Makes your life much easier. Number 4 on our list of new things in Canva are the use of whiteboards. And you might say, well, I already have whiteboards in different things, your learning management system, all kinds of things you can use a whiteboard for. But in Canva, just like in all of the other things that it has, the ability to use templates. And there are quite a few templates that you can pull over and share with those that are in your team. You can use them to collaborate with your class. Like I said, your teammates, your teacher mates, all of these things, basically anything in person you can do with this whiteboard option, including zooming in and out, using sticky notes to record your ideas, and there's a built-in timer, and obviously you can vote as well. So let me just kind of show this as I walk you through the whiteboard templates within Canva. You can see here's like a brainstorming template that they're using, and you could zooming in and zooming out. You share this out by typing in those in your teammates, copy a link and sharing that out through an email. You can see the timer option that is embedded. You can pull over those sticky notes and your people can collaborate and even vote on different ideas. So all kinds of new things that you can use. And like I said, those templates are all built in on Canva, everything from T-charts to timelines, all kinds of cool things, Venn diagrams, for use for your classroom or for your colleagues. Number 5 is the new Canva websites. Now, Canva websites, they've had these in the past. They've added a lot of new features to the website portion of Canva that allows you to easily create and publish websites to get search-friendly domains. You can adjust the page heights. You can add password protection, and it's available across all devices. You can create, simple one-page websites for all kinds of different ideas. And I know that generally people think of websites as these great, big, huge things that are, have multiple pages and multiple tabs. But let me give you some ideas of things to consider. Everything from, a resume to like a class hub or a place that you can share pictures from certain events. So lots of things. Obviously, you can add all of those great features or elements that are in Canva already, photos and videos, charts, all that good stuff. Canva for Education users have unlimited websites on the free domain and can connect up to one existing domain at a time. There's real-time collaboration with teammates. So if you and your fellow teachers are creating a collaborative website, this allows you all to do that, sharing and adding things, and you can track all of your web traffic in addition. Canva, the website feature gives you some things to think about. I wanted to, some different ideas that I had, and why would you use a website? Everything from electronic resumes. You could create electronic portfolios for your students. I've often had some of those teachers in specialty areas from culinary arts programs where the students could create restaurant menus that are easily changed. This could also be a personal dashboard for your classroom. If you are an art teacher, you could add all kinds of work samples into a designer gallery for different semesters. If you are part of a club or you went on a field trip, you could use this for posting pictures. All kinds of different options for these Canva websites to be used in a pretty cool library of thousands of free templates. Obviously, the millions of free images and graphics that are available within Canva. And just like if you watched any of my earlier sessions on Canva, you can use a kind of a branding kit where you use certain colors, all kinds of options within Canva. Canva's websites are easy to use. I'm going to give you just a few ideas on this page with step-by-step directions on how to create these. So you can take a look at these directions maybe at another time. So all of those are available in the free Canva for Education users. That brings us to my number 6 option for new things in Canva, which is text to image app. And this is pretty slick. It is the option where you can create an image out of ideas that you have by just typing in the text, and the AI generator within this app creates the image based on certain descriptions that you're putting in this app. So you can do this without ever having to leave Canva. You don't have to have any other subscriptions or tools needed to get this to work within Canva. This AI technology is something that is just exploding, and you can go out on the web and find some different options for this, but Canva has their own built-in app that is pretty slick. So I'm going to show you that here in just a second, but let me kind of give you kind of a run through on this. You can take and put in, if you look over here on this left hand side, I did take a screen snapshot. You can basically type in the text box a set of directions, and then you can choose different styles even of how you want that image to be created. You hit the purple button that says generate image, and it creates it on the spot. So let me jump out for just a second and let me go into this Canva app. Now, within Canva, we have all of these obviously on the side options. I don't know if through the video you can see it. You can see the different templates over here. But if I were to go over to the side panel, and I'm going to try to pull it over to see if you guys can see this a little clearer on my screen. So down here on the left hand side, these are all of the different elements that you can add in to any Canva, blank Canva template, whatever it might be. So if you use the option more often, they will start putting them higher and higher up onto your Canva toolbar because they know that you use it frequently. Now, if you've never used the text image, mine happens to be right here. You can kind of see it on my screen. But if you've never used it before, I'll show you where to find it. It's down here at the bottom in this little waffle that says apps. You click on that, and here are all kinds of different apps that you can use, can be pulled in and used in Canva. Everything from your Bitmoji to Giphy, Google Maps, whatever it might be. But the text to image is a purple square icon that you can see that says text. And once you start using it, you'll see it kind of gradually move up higher and higher in your preferences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you over here. I'm going to go to my home because I'm going to pull up just a blank document so you can see how this works, okay? So let me pretend that I'm creating something and I want to create my own image based on some parameters that I want to do. So let me think about this for just a second. Let me think, maybe I'm writing a story about a little girl who has pigtails, and she's blonde haired, she has pigtails, and maybe she's chewing gum or she's blowing bubbles. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in here, little girl. I'm gonna type in blonde hair, pigtails, and the more specific you get, the better off it is. Pigtails, blowing bubbles. And let's see what it does. So I just kind of wrote it in there, separated with some commas. I'm going to go down here to where it says generate the image, and let's see what happens. Now, I've had people often ask me, is this going out onto Google or opening up a web browser and searching for images? No. It has its own built-in artificial intelligence program that generates these based on the instructions that it's giving you, that the person is giving it. So I'm going to go here and hit generate image. It's going to think, you can see it working its magic up here. You see your bar there, it's when it gets to the end, you can see that these are the images that it created. So I said, little girl, blonde hair, pigtails, blowing bubbles. This is the image that I got. So I'm going to click it. Now it's able for me to use on my different projects that I want to do. If I didn't like that, I could hit generate more. It's going to think and it's going to come up with some additional ideas based on those words that I gave it. So let's continue. And here are some more that it's generating. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but look at that. It's trying to think about the different things the different descriptions that I gave it, and it's trying to come up with something that is basically how I described. If I don't like, I can go start again. So maybe I'm going to give it some additional ideas or some additional adjectives to help describe it, but pretty slick, pretty cool. You can see down here, this is how I got started, and I really didn't realize how robust this was. It gives you some little ideas of different things you could do. So if you kind of like look through these, like for example, one of the things that really made me start to think about this was it really gave some in-depth description and it came through. So for example, this one happens to say, a panda riding a bike through a city with depth of field. Okay, so let's just see what it does. So this is an example that they decided, okay, this will help people figure out how really detailed this text to image app can be. I can hit generate image. It starts to think about it, and it will come up with images based on that information. So look at this. Look at what it did. It has depth of field. It's got the background. You can see that, you know, obviously the panda is riding a bike. It's coming towards you. That is pretty darn amazing. You can also, when you do these, you can choose like a certain style. So if you wanted it in a clip art, or if you wanted it in a drawing, you can, you know, choose to make some different options. So I don't know about you, but this is pretty cool. And I got to thinking about how this might work for me as somebody that does a lot of presentations, but also got me thinking about it in my teacher hat. So how would I use this? Well, sometimes you get those students who are really creative, but they lack the imagination or the ability to draw some of these things. And it gives them this, okay, I'm not going to do this thing. Well, guess what? If you give them some options where they can type in some words to describe what it is that they want to have generated, they could write stories using this feature within Canva. So a pretty cool new option called text to image that is available free to Canva education, actually to anyone, whether you're using the free version or the Canva for education option. So pretty neat stuff within Canva to generate some images based on some words that you give them in their description. Okay, so we are to number 7, the Canva's image editor. I'm not going to spend loads of time on this. Just know that you can easily enhance a photo. You can upload your own image. You can enhance your photo by choosing the contrast or the saturation. You can edit it, you can crop it. There are hundreds of different filters and photo effects. You can add things like text and borders. You can flip your image, all kinds of different options for this. I mentioned earlier, we were talking about removing the backgrounds of videos. The same thing can be done with your pictures. And you can just basically pull in your picture, select it, just like I did when we were talking about taking the backgrounds out of those videos. And then you go to the background remover option, and it will take out those the backgrounds from your pictures. So all of these will, these are available within Canva. I've given you, again, the removing background image editor steps on my presentation, so that if you forget a step, you can easily go back and figure out how to remove those backgrounds from your images. The next cool thing that I really think is a good thing, especially if you are somebody that creates a lot of stuff for social media, there's an option called Quick Create, and this is an option that will save you lots and lots of time by taking the information that you're going to need to put out on your social media, and it will literally take and create the information that you provide. So let's say you're creating an Instagram post, but it will automatically take and format it for other social media platforms, and it will save you loads and loads of time when you're doing that. So let me jump out to this Quick Create option so that you can see how this works. So if you go to your home page, and let's say you are going to create a new Instagram post, you go to your social media tab, and the option that comes up is this Quick Create collection. You select it, and then you can choose which platforms you are creating for. So I'm just going to select, let's see, I'm going to do an Instagram post with this information. I want it to be a Facebook post, maybe a Twitter post, and even a Pinterest pin. So I can choose which ones. Then I'm going to hit continue. And then I'm going to start adding my information. So I'm going to add my main text, and you can see that I'm going to pull it over so you can see it a little. I think it kind of cuts off my stuff when I'm recording. So you add your main text in. You can see that your main text has a cap of 25 characters. Any additional text you're going to put in the second box, it has a cap of 45 characters. So let's say I'm going to say introducing Quick Create as my main text. And then in my additional text, I'm going to say something like, check out this new feature that saves loads of time and effort when that loads time. Oh, now look, I'm already gone over my text here. You can see it's giving me a red thing. It have a cap of 45. So let's see. Check out this new feature that saves. Let's just put time in here. We're just using this as an example. I'm going to hit continue. Now it's going to ask me to put any of the pictures that I want to use. So I've got my brand here. I'm going to put Muskegon Valley in there. I'm going to maybe put, let's see. I was doing some things on memes. I'm going to put that on it. Maybe do social media. Let's do that. So we're talking about Dr. Seuss Week here in a couple weeks. So I'm putting those in there. I'm hitting continue. And then I can say, okay, I have these different styles. Do I want it to be elegant? Do I want it to be geometric, organic, all kinds of different options? I'm going to hit continue. And then I can even change my colors. So in my branding kit, I have certain colors. So let's say I want to take all of these different ones and I'm going to change it to the different colors that are within our logo. So I can hit shuffle and I can continue to do that until I get it the way that I want. I'm going to hit finish. It's thinking about all of these different posts. And then when it is finished, it will have created a collection of social media for those individual items that I selected, and it will give you those different designs that you can use across your social media platforms. So it's taking a few minutes because I added a lot of different elements in there, but once this goes completely across the little bar here, you're going to see all of those within your Canva presentation from your homepage. So pretty quick and easy way to create documents that goes across multiple platforms. We are to Canva Docs, which is number 9 on my list of what's new in Canva. And really it is bringing the power of design to your documents. Canva Docs really lets you bring the same color movement, all the visuals that you usually reserve for presentations to your documents itself. So whether you're designing internal documents for a team, or whether you're writing an assignment or lesson plans, whatever it might be, Canva Docs pairs your favorite word processing features with the ability to basically supercharge your content with really engaging visuals within the Canva program itself. So now you have Canva Docs, but let's take this a step further. And this is my number 10 new feature within Canva. And you have a great template now. You got this Canva doc, you have your template out, but Canva has really taken this to the next level, and it's added the feature called Magic Write. So you might ask, so what is Magic Write? Well, Magic Write is an AI-powered copywriting assistant within Canva Docs itself. So with all the buzz right now with ChatGPT being able to create these amazing documents within a few seconds, Magic Write also has the same ability built right within the Canva Doc program. So you basically tell Magic Write what you want to create and it'll create the text for you. So you're going to type in what strategy, meeting agenda, maybe it's a letter for a parent. You can even ask Magic Write to generate a new version of your existing text. You basically highlight the text and add an instruction to it, and it's perfect for turning out things from a list into a summary, all those kinds of things. So Magic Write really excels at taking your initial ideas or drafts and it takes it a step further. And they all can be generated with just a touch of a button, ready for you to proofread and edit this stuff and really make it a cool experience that saves you tons and tons of time. So I have a quick YouTube clip. It's not the entire clip, but a portion of a clip that really demonstrates this that I want to share with you next.
Show you where to find this beauty of a feature. You see this plus button right here. So we are going to click on that button, and the first feature you see here should be Magic Write. So I'm going to click on that, and a text will pop up a prompt giving us an example. Like, for example, write 5 tips on how to overcome writer's block. Okay, and then you press enter, and this will generate your copy, the text that Canva will auto-generate for you. So I suggest we try it out from the get-go, see what Canva comes up with, and we can write anything. What we've heard from Canva is that the more detail you write in your prompt, so in that box, the better the outcome would be. So for example, let's try it out. I want you to write 10 Canva tutorial ideas that I can create for my YouTube channel. Okay, I want you to write 10 Canva tutorial ideas that I can create for my YouTube channel. I'm just gonna hit enter, and I can see Canva is brainstorming ideas for me, and there you go. It took about 5 seconds. So let's see what the results are. How to design a professional looking Facebook cover photo in Canva, how to create an Instagram post that stands out using Canva, how to make a Twitter header that catches attention in Canva, how to design an elegant Pinterest graphic in Canva. So these titles are pretty good. Like, these are like legitimate tutorial ideas that I could definitely create for my YouTube channel. How to design a stunning holiday card in Canva. So this, in my opinion, is spot on. Like, the first try really convinces me. There are 10 ideas right here. They're all kind of keyword optimized. They're on point. How to create a stylish baby shower invitation in Canva. So all of them are like really good. There's no like one option that would be ridiculous or doesn't make sense at all. They're all very good. All right, this convinced me. Let's try something else. I want to show you another way to access the Magic Write feature. Instead of using the plus button right here, I can just use on an English keyboard. I have an English keyboard right here. I use the slash bar. Remember /magic? If I use this slash bar, I'm calling the same menu. If you're not using an English keyboard, you can still use the plus button. But here I am on an English keyboard. I wanted to show you another way to call that prompt, to call that Magic Write feature. Now, let's try another challenge for Magic Write. All right, I have another one right here. I'm just going to copy and paste it. Give me 5 catchy headlines for my blog post about choosing the right camera to create YouTube videos. Let's see. So I want catchy headlines, okay? So there you go, the results: how to choose the right camera for YouTube videos, the best cameras for YouTube videos, the ultimate guide to choosing a camera for YouTube videos, what to look for when choosing a camera for YouTube videos, and how to make sure you choose the right camera for your YouTube videos. Again, these are exactly what I asked for. These are catchy headlines for a blog post about that specific topic. So once again, I'm very happy about this result. Okay, so this is starting to really impress me, and I'm just using it in the context of just generating copy. But imagine for 1 second, you already have a nice looking document. So let's come back. Let's actually go back home, because I want to show you something else that is new with Canva Docs. Together with their launch, Canva introduced Canva Docs with Magic Write, which is a stunning feature. We just saw the result of the 2 first prompts I'm playing around with, but they also introduced Canva Doc templates. If I click on the doc icon and scroll down a little bit, I will see some templates. If I click on See All, I think as of today we have 30 different templates. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna use Class Note, Team Retro. So we have some good templates right here. And you see they have the little doc icon mentioning that these are Canva Docs templates. So I'm gonna use a simple one. I'm gonna use this one, which is a letter, kind of like a corporate letter. Yep, I have things to do. So this is the list feature. I have a signature inserted, which is some kind of different fonts. Doesn't really matter. What I want to do is to change this text right here, all of that, and I want to replace this with /magic, okay, /magic writes. And this time I have another prompt, like a more romantic prompt. Let's see. Write a love letter to my wife, Diana, mentioning how we met in Peru. Diana and I met in Peru about 8 years ago, and I want to see if Canva understands that detail in my prompt and includes that in the love letter I would like it to write to Diana. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm very intrigued by this one and interested. Maybe I send the letter to Diana and see if she loves me more with this letter. Ooh, there's a big letter coming here. My dearest Diana, I can hardly believe it has been so many years since we met in Peru. It feels like only yesterday that we were both young and carefree, exploring the world and falling in love. Wow, that is very accurate. I will never forget the day we met. I was immediately drawn to your radiant smile and your infectious laughter. We spent the whole day talking and getting to know each other, and I knew from that moment that I was going to fall head over heels in love with you. That is pretty scarily accurate. And I did. Over the next few months, we grew closer and closer until there was no denying our feeling for each other. We decided to get married, and it was the best decision I have ever made. Since then, blah, 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 your husband. This is weird. I mean, this is so accurate because we did spend the whole day getting to know each other on that specific day, and we did end up getting married. But yeah, wow. I'm kind of like shocked, to be honest, but this was very accurate. Guys, Canva nailed it with Magic Write. All right.
Okay, so that was Magic Write. Now, a couple of things I do have to mention. Number one, currently Magic Write is not an option within the Canva Education for Teachers account or for the students. I believe that they are trying to decide whether this should be an option they should release. I do feel like there have been arguments for and against using AI generated text and documents. However, it is something that isn't going away, and as educators, we need to teach kids on how to responsibly use these types of technology to enhance and make our work better, easier, but also how we have to figure it out and how we have to look at it in terms of it is a tool, not the end all for everything that has to do with writing. We have to teach them responsibility and using the technology correctly. So if you have a Canva for Education account, that Magic Write option is not going to be an option. However, if you were to go back in and create an account just as a free account, you aren't going to get all of the bells and whistles that you would get in a Canva for Education account. However, you will have that Magic Write option, and the only limitation is that you will only be able to use it, I believe, 25 times a month, and then it'll start over the next month. But it will give you a taste of the information and the technology that is available. So that concludes our session on what's new in Canva. Please make sure that you complete the exit ticket after watching the end of this, because that will generate your contact hour certificate that you will need to send into your LPDC or for renewing your certificate. So with that being said, I'm going to say that is it for me. If you need anything, as always, you can email me. My contact information is there. And if you would like more help with Canva or any other of the technologies that you have seen in the Future Forward conference, make sure that you email one of us, and we're happy to set up a private coaching time or a group coaching time that works within your schedule.